hesitated and
I gave him a little heart attack.
We did obviously see you guys, have some ups and downs. We saw your relationship with Mal play out a little bit in the beginning. What was it like for you both to watch it back, and any concerns you had there? How quickly did those come back? Did it go away? What was it like to watch it again?
I'll start with that. So for me watching it was really awkward. I knew about the conversation beforehand. They both told me about it. But I think they both kind of forgot the details of it. So when I watched it, I was like, oh God. Like, it was just so awkward. But at the same time, like, while the feelings felt fresh, I was constantly reminding myself, like, that's not who he is. And he's proven for, God, almost 9 months now who he actually is. And I think it was just, I'm not gonna make excuses for him, but I think it was just how fresh everything was. But yeah.
Yeah, and it was definitely hard to watch for myself too. I think in the moment, you're coming off this high of, you're just now leaving the pods and you're seeing the other person that you had a connection with for the first time. So I definitely think I could have tailored the conversation a different way. But that's no excuse for the conversation that did happen, but it definitely was a little cringy. But I definitely just also, like she said, like just have to remind myself that, this was something that happened months ago. We've moved past that, we've grown past that. And, I've done everything that I needed to do every day to just reassure her that, you're the only one and I made the right choice and I made the choice for a reason.
Would you say going through something like that helped you guys form a communication and be able to be open and honest with each other?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the structure of the pods, you kind of have to do that already. But even still, just within us watching it for these past few weeks, it's been transformative, even for me, because I realized like the things that I need to work on and how I can better communicate with him and ways that he'll be more receptive to what I'm saying, and then vice versa.
And why would you say that Iyanna is ultimately a better fit for you overall?
She's a better fit for me because she's everything that I needed, and I said this all the time, like, on paper, me and Mal would have worked out, but
same person.
I think, I think with Iyanna, she was vastly different. And I think those differences are things that I needed in my life to kind of help me grow and be a better person and be a better husband.
When did you guys decide you were going to say yes, say I do? And was there any part of you worried about what the other person was going to say on wedding day?
Well, for me, I was all in. Like, I think I forget when our last date was, when we went to where we had the Hancock building, the observation deck. So it was that moment where I was like, you know what, there's no doubt in my mind that this is the one for me. Like, I'm going to say yes. Like, I have no doubts. And I told her, several times before, like, you know what, I'm 10 out of 10. Like, I'm good. There was maybe one time where I was like a 9 or 8 out of 10, but I felt pretty confident, after our last date.
Yeah, I wasn't that. I wasn't like that at all. I was fairly confident, but I was still really, really nervous because it's such a short period of time. I'm like, I can't see the full encompassed you. And I think my logic was just constantly getting in the way. So I felt fairly confident. The day of the wedding, though, I did have a slight freak out with my best friend, and she's like, Iyanna, it's okay. Like, what are the pros and the cons? And I listed all of them, and I was like, you know what? I'm better now. I was like, I'm absolutely gonna say yes. But I knew he was gonna say yes, so I wasn't worried about that.
Until we got to her and she hesitated. And
I gave him a little heart attack.
A little bit.